Hello, my name is Vincent Prasetya, and in this film I would like to demonstrate our agent-based testing framework called iv4XR. In the demo, I will use a game, the screenshot that you can see here, as the system under test. You see here a simple level in this game, and the objective of the game level here is for the character that you see here to be able to escape the level because there is fire in the level. And escaping here means that to reach a small room that you see over here. However, to be able to get into this room, the access to the room is actually guarded by a door. It's not very visible, but it's there, just marked by the white circle here. So there are a couple of more doors. There is another one here, and there is another one here guarding the room that you see over here. To be able to open doors, the character needs to operate buttons. You see one button here. There is another one, not very visible, but it is one here, and another one over here, and another one over here. Now, operating with this button here, unfortunately, does not open the exit door. It does open another door. So now you can imagine then, in order to be able to get to the final room here, then the agent will have to, the character will have to go and try to operate different buttons until it finally can manage to open the one over here. Now, the concern of the game developer here is whether the game level that you see here is actually solvable, whether the player can actually finish the game, because otherwise it's not fun to play a game that that cannot be finished. So that's also what we are going to take as an example. We are going to test a level here to show, to validate that, yeah, the game level here is indeed solvable. Now that will involve guiding the character here to go from one button to another, from one door to another, operating different buttons and so on and so forth. But the challenge here is actually in navigating the 3D world here. So you cannot just guide the agent to go straight line to where you want to go. So for example, if you want to go to this button here, the character cannot just go straight line like this because there is a wall in between. So you need to guide the character to avoid the wall, for example, like this. Now, if after operating the button here, and you want to guide the character to, for example, check the door over here, then it becomes even more complicated because then you need to guide the agent or the character to go through this maze here to eventually get to the place that you want to be. Now, if you want to automate the test here, you really do not want to program the test such that the character will go, you do not want to program it to move well, pixel by pixel or position by position because that's really low level and it will get very messy when you want to get it through a maze. So you prefer if the test can somehow be automated at the level of, at a more logical level. So for example, at the level of buttons and at the level of doors. So to be able to do that in our approach, we rely on agents. So our testing approach is an agent-based approach. Now the idea here is to formulate what we call testing tasks. So for example, like what you have in the level in the previous slide, test that the level can be finished. So that will be a testing task. But when formulated like that, then usually it will be way too difficult for the test agent to solve automatically. So one way that we can deal with that is to break down such a task into smaller goals and then handle those smaller goals using strategies which eventually will invoke the underlying basic AI capabilities of the agent, something like reasoning and automated navigation. So let's now take a look at how it looks like at the code level. So I'm going to show you some code now. You see it here. So this is a formulation of testing task. So in this case, we formulated a sequence. It's like a scenario in which we formulate a scenario like one step at a time. The first step here is to go and interact with a button called button 1. And then after that, after operating that button, then we instruct the character or the agent to go to door 1. And then we instruct to do invariant checking. It's like having an assert or formulating an oracle. So in this checking, we expect the state of door 1 to be open. If this oracle is passed, then the agent will move to the next instruction here to go to button 3. And then after operating button 3, then we ask it to go to door 2. And again, we do invariant checking to check whether the state of door 2 is open, and so on and so forth through an entire scenario until the agent managed to reach the final door, the exit door, and then the exit room. Now, although you see here that we program the agent by giving it a scenario, which again is basically a linear steps, how the scenario is built. Notice that the scenario is defined really at the logical level, at the level of buttons and doors, not at the level of what we see here, not at the level of movement one position at a time, not at the level of pixel. So that's important because that means that we can formulate our test at the abstract level while the underlying navigation is being taken care of by the framework. Now it's possible to formulate the testing task even more intelligent than this, but well, this is something that we do not really have the space to do in this demo. But this is something that you can read in our paper. All right, so let's now see if this actually works. So I'm going to switch now to the Eclipse window. So this is the same test, but then you just see it in Eclipse. It's a JUnit, so we can run it. So let's run it. Then it will deploy the game. So you can see it here. So it's being deployed, as you can see there. It's over here. The agent is, hold on, the agent is here. You can see a button, you can see a door over there. And the exit door is over here. So we need to guide the agent to try to open the exit door here. So now I'm going to instruct Eclipse to start running. I'm sorry, the framework to start running, so then it starts to guide the agent. So you can see the agent move automatically. Push that button, and then now the door here is open, so then it can operate other buttons, operating those other buttons. And now, well, we see that the exit door is now open and the test is finished. Now you can go back to the Eclipse. We can see that the test has been passed. All oracles are passed. The test is done. So let's go back to the slides here. So I have one final slide to show you. So if you are interested, so here you see the link to our Git repository. There you can find, the source code and documentation and examples, and also links to our papers, including the paper that explain concepts and the technical details of our agent-based approach. Okay, so I hope you like the demo. Thank you.